Hello and welcome to Music Videos Never Die, the net's #1 podcast about music videos. I'm your host, Doug Klinger. This week, Luke and I talked to director Jackie Zhou, who is one of my favorite directors. Jackie has a background in sound design, so we kick off the conversation talking about some of the projects she's worked on as a sound designer, including Dirty Computer, the Janelle Monáe project directed by Andrew Donahoe. We then move on to Jackie's directing career, which is highlighted by multiple projects for Chappell Roan, who is a hot, famous, popular, emerging artist in the music scene. You may have heard of her if you've heard of Coachella. On this episode, we talk with Jackie about how online she is, also what it's like shooting in a musician's hometown, and we also discuss the various giant forks scattered around the United States. Jackie also talks about her love for game shows and her appearance on multiple television game shows. We also have a really good time with our games, of which we play several of them. So I think there's not a lot other prep necessary. We pretty much stick to the script on this one. So please enjoy this conversation with director Jackie Zhou. Jackie, I'd love for you to start by just talking about how you got into the music video community, where your career as a director began.
Okay, I love it because I'm a big advocate of non-linear lives because mine's pretty non-linear, so it's a journey. But I've always been a fan of music videos. Growing up, I would watch MTV2, which is the music video channel where you just watch music videos 24/7. So that really informed who I am just en general. And then went to film school, and music videos was kind of the thing that you could work on, fresh out of film school. It wasn't really movies. I mean, I did some commercials, but a lot of friends were shooting music videos. So I kind of was just along for the ride. My entry to film I'm a sound designer, so that is a role that is kind of funny because everyone always needs a sound designer, and I pursued it a little bit because everyone always needed a sound designer. So it's I just like to work on things. I like to be a part of things. This was a role that made it so I could work on a lot of different things. And surprisingly, I think a lot of music videos need sound design. It's not something you think about, but I did a lot for name drop Andrew Donahoe.
Wow.
Love
Shout
that
out
guy.
Andrew Donahoe.
I think he brought me on so many projects, and that kind of got me into music video world professionally in terms of I'm working on music videos, not just
Looking at the credits of his videos, it says, wait, Jackie worked on this? When did that happen?
He's one of my, I think of him very fondly because he's one of those collaborators that I never met in real life until I think the Dirty Computer rap party. And I was this is crazy because we've worked on so many things together. Right. And I didn't even know it was him. I just saw someone standing with Ian Blair. And then he's this is Andrew. And I was oh my God, Andrew, so nice to meet you. But I really, I think a lot of friends just pulled me on projects to do sound or be helpful. So that's kind of how I got into the industry. And then, spoiler alert, always wanted to make my own stuff. So I would always just be okay, I know I can do this. It's just someone giving me a chance. So I self-funded music videos, tale as old as time. A lot of the first music videos I did, I spent too much money that I shouldn't have spent on them just to have a chance, just to be I can do this. I want to show people I can. So it was for friends, bands. I think technically the very true first music video I directed was for my really good friend Risa Rubin, who's this harp player. And it's I still love this video. They cry glitter tears. This was pre-Euphoria. I was very
Jackie did it first.
Jackie
objectively did it first.
And we filmed it here. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Here at the house.
We
Here
filmed
in this house.
a few scenes here.
In the house or
in the garage.
Okay.
So there's a home birth scene in the video, and it's literally filmed in the garage.
How many? We will swing it back to topic.
Yeah.
Don't worry. But how many videos have I feel
a
Oh my
lot.
God, so many.
I can think of 7 off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I think it's more. It's double digits.
Yeah.
It's so many.
Right.
Because
I
also,
mean, Jeff alone has shot like 5 or 6
totally.
videos.
and think like
here.
Cameron
Yeah.
has his video off the balcony.
Off the balcony, that obviously
let's not
counts.
forget that one.
Yeah, totally.
And then
Carlos had Carlos Lopez shot his
He
passion
shot-
pit
so many in the
video.
garage.
Yeah,
too.
right. Nick Roney, right?
Nick Roney
No,
did
no.
the
hands
butt
for
one, the butt
Watsky.
one for
Right.
Watsky.
I'm one of the hands.
Is that the one that premiered on Pornhub?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
One of my favorite.
No, this is a music
videos.
video
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
This is a music
right.
video
That's why I want
house.
to do an oral history on it.
On
Anyways.
this house. Oh,
Yes.
that would be a good idea.
They shot all the
We're gonna do
Coachella
that.
promo in the living room.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So I want to go back to sound design. Actually,
yeah.
I wanted to
Let's do
like
it.
what are some of the things for because sound designer on a music video it isn't obvious because they play the music
Yeah.
in a lot of music videos in all of them. And so what do you how do you contribute as a sound designer to a music video?
I mean, it depends on the music videos for sure. Some music videos don't need sound design. I do think the ones that lean into like world building or setting up some sort of concept really benefit from sound design. And I think that's why Andrew is so good at it because so many of his videos are like these intense concepts. But as a sound designer, a lot of times it's as simple as intro, outro. Like they're building this beautiful world. It just like lets you sit in by like, it's a little more cinematic. A lot of people don't know, they don't record sound in music videos. So you have these beautiful shots of a city and you want to like start the video without the song yet, but you don't want to have a silent video. So it's just like to give a little ambiance, a little thing to like get into it. Something like Dirty Computer, which is like a visual album and like much more narrative, the sound design is way more intensive because it's like storytelling, it's like literal like film sound design, but also like weaving in with the music. And I think that also just depends on the director and the artist of like having the vision for sound design. I'm biased. I think it adds to almost every music video because it just kind of like wraps it in a nice little cocoon. Sad Day, directed by Hiro Murai, is like a great video in terms of like sound design in a music video where you're like, oh, it's elevating the song, it's elevating the video, and now the music video exists as its own little entity that's like independent from the song as well. So it really is up to, I think, the artist and the filmmaker behind the video if they want the video to just be a companion or it's like this is its own little piece. And then I think if it's the latter, sound design almost always like seals the deal.
What's your favorite atmospheric sound effect?
Is there one that makes it onto every music video you sound design? Is there like any trope that's like the one?
Well, it depends. Here's the thing. There's like a lot of music video tropes, so they motivate like the same thing, and then you try to switch it up, but it's like everyone loves a whoosh. You know, like there's like some classics.
But there's
that
like
they just
there's
scratch
like
the
a
itch.
specific whoosh that is like a build-up whoosh.
Yeah, and then
and
then it's gone. I mean, I have a whoosh that I love called Memory Whoosh. That's like a longer whoosh. It's not as like, it's like.
Okay.
I love it. I put it in like everything. It's like salt. Like you're just like seasoning stuff.
Is this an asset you can send?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
You don't get
hold on. Pause.
No.
We're gonna play Memory Whoosh right now. Okay, that is pretty good.
Wow.
Oh, it's still going.
Wow. Wait, how long is it?
It's like a longer whoosh than you would think.
Like 5
Like
seconds?
a long tail.
Maybe not 5 seconds. There is a whoosh I use called Low Airy Doppler.
Ooh.
Use it in almost everything. That's a longer one. I'll send that one too. It's
Called
really
by who?
good.
Like, is there a universal?
Oh, this is a good plug. Really inside baseball. So
Do we
You're
love
hearing
it?
it
within
from
the
the
sound
source.
design community, there is a big push to like categorize sound effects. It's called the Universal Sound Music Library System. Oh, you're gonna have to edit what it is. I'll send it to you.
Well,
But there's a push to like make a universal library cataloging system. It's getting a lot of traction, I think, with like everyday sound designers, people who are involved in the community. But the thing with sound design, it's like music videos, very Wild West, where like you could be a sound designer in like Sweden, working remotely and like making the most amazing things, and then like no one knows that you're like working on Cubase like alone. Like the sound designer behind The Favorite and like all of Yorgos's stuff, he's incredible. Also sound designed the Skype UI sounds. Makes you think. But it's like Wild West, like
Skype.
yeah. Do do do.
Yeah, no. Oh, no.
It's a
I know
mostly
'em.
defunct
Yeah.
I know.
web
He works
chatting
in Cubase,
service.
and I only know this because I emailed him as a fan, and he was like, "Well, I work in Cubase, so if you're ever in London, like." But
You
big
start a
fan
podcast
if
so
you
you
ever
could-
watch this.
Did you hit him up because you're a fan of the Skype UI sounds?
I think I hit him up because the thing with sound people, I think is everyone is really cool. Like sound people are so cool and nobody hits us up. So I always hit sound people up because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Just to, like let people know, like I'm a huge fan of your work.
Is everyone in the music video community cool?
I think like legally I have to say yes, but
You don't have to say that.
Luke, what's your opinion on this, Luke?
I think there's too many too cool people in music videos. I think that's kind of the oversaturation of cool guys. And by cool guys, I mean like people who are too cool for school. It is a thing. It's like a type of energy. I think most people will understand what I mean, but it's basically it's clout chasers. It's, you know, there's a lot of folks who I think are there just to like flex, you know. It's like, look at who I'm making a video for, and then, you know, they shoot something on 16 with no concept and it's not lit well, and then they're like, yeah, this is cool, look at texture. And I don't know, I mean, by all means, like, I'm not trying to hate on anyone in particular. 16's great, all those things are great, but like,
yeah,
there's too many cool people. I think I think we need some more, like, I don't know, remember, like, I want more like weird people.
Yeah.
You know, like Chris Cunningham's not cool.
Right.
He's weird.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
agree.
well, it's
And,
hard
like,
too because like people don't take a chance on the weird.
Yeah.
And they're always the most iconic videos.
Yeah.
Like because they're different.
Yeah, but I feel like it did used to be that way.
Yeah.
Before like social media was as prominent, right? And like the work spoke for itself a little bit more, I think. Like that you could try stuff and you can be weird, you could be a little reclusive. And now it feels like if you want to be like one of the top directors, you got to have a great like a Instagram account or something like that too. You know what I mean? Like I think of like, you know, there's a lot of directors that were active in music videos 10 years ago who were a big part of the music video conversation, but are kind of reclusive or don't have a like public Instagram or that kind of thing. And so I think the weirdness is a big part of it. That's for sure. Yeah.
I feel like the thing that like counters that is when like musicians have a community with filmmakers and there's like that really organic exchange. It's so rare, it's so special, but that's always cool when you're like, oh, he did the video because they're friends, period.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah,
you can
totally.
feel that.
So now swinging back to that's how you kind of got into talk about that. I mean, it seems like you have in a lot of the videos you've directed, you've been able to establish some sort of rapport and relationship with the musicians. Do you value that and think it's something important in the process?
I think for sure. Like, it's like a huge privilege to say, but I'm always like, I just want to make things with friends, which like in film and in music videos, because it's already like silly. Like it's a silly industry, and what we're making is like this attempt at like making something that people will connect with in some shape or form. So like you might as well share that with like people you love. I'm like not naive that that's like not always the case. Like it is sometimes always a job too, but I think I'm kind of like early enough in my career that I'm like still navigating what that looks like, because like all the first music videos I did were just self-funded with friends. Like you're like, what? Oh my God, like why did I do this? But you just like have this need to do things, and like people are compelled to make things with people. And then took a break from music videos, and then the more recent ones were like, oh my God, I'm getting paid for this. That's crazy. Like bottom line, oh my God, like finally like something. It's like not a lot, but like something. And even then I'm still like, oh, I only want to do this with friends, because like I can't imagine embarking on like the chaos that is music videos without like people I trust. And then same thing with the artists, because it's like you're asking so much of them, I think, in like a short period of time to like be like perform, like, so this is going to be good. Yes, it's for you, but also like it's just a lot to like perform for, 8 hours at a time to the same song over and over. So I think with artists, I try my best to be like, get on a friend level too, even though it's fast, right? The relationship has to be made really quickly. But it's just like, let's just be on the same page and like see each other girly to girly, gender neutral,
I want to ask about your Chappell Roan videos, collaborations.
Yes.
How did you know that she was going to be the coolest artist of the year?
I mean, I have to say, when you listen to her music, you will know. Like, I feel like I got to listen to the, Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess last year, and I was like, she's going to blow up, and it's so cool getting to meet an artist and be like, oh my God, like I just
You're
can't,
gonna blow up,
I cannot wait for the people to just like catch up a little bit, because it takes time. But I got involved because one of my really good friends, Gia Rigoli, produces all of her videos.
Shout
and
out Gia.
Shout out Gia,
Shout out
is amazing.
Gia.
And Gia has always believed in me as a director, even though I've been a sound designer, for the bulk of my career. And she reached out to direct Hot to Go, as well as like these music video documentaries about Chappell Roan last year, which is like crazy because like now is really a big moment for Chappell Roan. But it was really cool because last year was also the year that I like left my job and was like, I'm pursuing directing, and I did a short. And then like right after I wrapped the short, Gia was like, can you fly to Missouri? And I was like, yes. Oh my God. Like, it's like, yay. Like, it's so cool when like life validates like the choices you're making. So it was just very special. I got to go to Chappell Roan's hometown. We filmed Hot to Go in Missouri. And then we also filmed a bunch of music video documentary like episodes there. And that was just very special because it's like, I kind of just knew like I'm a part of something like bigger, and it's really cool.
How big of an artist was she at the time? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, was there a following? Like,
I think for sure. Like, I already knew who she was a little bit because of Gia, but my sister is actually a huge fan, and I got her tickets to the Pink Pony Club tour, which is like the first tour 2 years ago, I think now. So Chappell has been like at it. Like, she's been working, and I feel like when I was doing Hot to Go, I would tell friends, and like it was maybe like 50-50. Like, some people would be like, oh my God, I love her. Like, that's so insane, blah, blah, blah. Mostly, I got to say, it was the girlies who knew her. And then most straight men did not know her. And that's okay.
Checks out.
I feel like
super checks out.
And I was like, you guys just don't know. Like, we're going to get there. So I feel like she had a following. But it was more, I mean, it reminds me a lot of how, like, Bury Me at Makeout Creek Mitski was like, there's a following. And then now Mitski, there's like a following. Like, it's like these like stages. And I kind of feel like, even though this is her first album, like last year was like Bury Me at Makeout Creek, pre-puberty 2 Mitski, but it's like, that's Chappell Roan
I
era.
feel like you are, I don't know. I hope this is not, you don't think it's disrespectful, but I feel like you're kind of online. You're like an online person.
I own it, and I'm proud
you're an
of
online
it.
Jackie's
person.
online.
I love to be online.
And so you are like, I feel like you are conscious of like pop culture, internet culture, like, so I'm not surprised that like an artist that you worked with and that you were conscious of before like half of your friends, happened. Where do you discover music? Where do you discover like musicians? I want to talk about the actual videos that you directed for her, but I want to get a sense for how you are, just
how do you operate online?
Yeah. How do you write? Where do what sites do you go to when you're surfing the net?
Where's the source?
Luke knows this, but my relationship with music, kind of crazy in that I like didn't listen to music for a really long time when I was full-time sound designer. It just was
like literally didn't listen
fully like didn't like Spotify Wrapped. Who's that? Like 0 minutes clocked, unless it was like for work, like studying stuff. Crazy thing to say in this economy that you like don't listen to music.
It's a crazy thing to say.
But basically, when I was like full-time sound designer, I just like didn't listen to music other than like comforts, in part because
Was it that you couldn't?
No, I mean it was a choice.
Yeah.
Part of it was like I like listen every single day, like nonstop to like stuff, and then you just like go home and you're like, I want to listen to the world, like 433 vibes. Like I just like don't want to be
no more earbuds.
Yeah, because I'm already like vacuumed, like listening to like orc screams or like wood creaks for like 8 hours a day. Love it, but you just kind of be like, I want to kick back and like listen to like I want to eavesdrop.
Yeah.
So because of that, my relationship with music, I feel like always operated from like a cultural literacy standpoint. That's like really important to me, as embarrassing as it is to say, but I like to know things, and I like to make sure I'm not like falling behind. I think that's like a fear, not in like a trendiness way, but of just like, it's sad to me to like, I'm like, wow, we're alive in such a special time where like cool things are being made. So I just like don't want to miss out of like inspiring things.
Sure.
So in terms of like how I find things, it's like I just am online deeply, like, and I really trust like the algorithm, I trust myself to like find things, and like if something tickles me, I go down the rabbit hole. Like I don't like say no to that impulse.
I really trust the algorithm.
I know it could be interpreted really darkly, but the algorithm works for you. Like you curate it.
Yeah, you work
right?
it. Yeah, totally.
And I've worked
your
it.
algorithm
You have to
is
give it the benefit of the
like,
doubt.
And
that it's gonna
friends
get there.
for sure. And
Yeah.
I think Dan, my partner, actually like he listens to so much music, and in a way that I think I for sure leech off of his tastes. I think he doesn't credit himself enough, but like for sure, like I feel like he finds people and it'll be like a year later they'll be like blowing
Dan's
up.
super early on.
Yeah,
Dan
so
was talking about Dijon for like 4 years
and McGee,
before anybody. And McGee,
yeah. To the end, he's
super
always
ahead
like,
of the curve with
like
them.
so. I mean, he knew Chappell Roan. He was one of the few, guys who knew Chappell Roan. Was like, oh my god, like I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
So I have to credit Dan a lot.
Shout out Dan.
As like a secret sauce in my life. But just the internet, and also I'm like a shameless Shazammer.
I think Shazam is one of the like last good contributions of tech.
Yeah.
Like literally, it was like GPS, Shazam, and that's it. Like none of the social media sites or like any of the other things have been helpful or productive. Okay, so you knew about her. You knew about Chappell Roan.
Yes, yeah.
You knew she was cool. You knew this was an exciting project.
Yes, for
And
sure.
so, and I'm like a big fan of I think music video as like an anchor project, but like when a director works on more than that.
Yeah.
And it feels like the doc series that you did and the Missouri music video were very much like companion projects to one another. Did they get made simultaneously? Well, like what was like the order of those things?
Yeah, they were made simultaneously, but in like kind of a we discover as we go way. So we flew out to Missouri. It was a really small team. And the DP, Ryan Clemens, he shoots all of Chappell Roan stuff, and he's shot like every cover, every like single cover. He's amazing. And it was like so lovely to have him.
He came baked into the project.
Yeah, he's baked into the project, and rightfully so, because I think he really understands, I think, her as an artist. And also everyone is just like good friends. Like there's care and empathy, which I think is always the key to a good set. So we all went out to Missouri for like about a week, her hometown, and it was very like no call sheet. We show up, and hey, we're gonna shoot a little bit of doc stuff. Oh, we're gonna go to the Fork for Hot to Go in between doc stuff. Oh, we found out there's a monster truck rally, like very reactive of like discoveries in the town. And I think it's interesting if you like know that watching Hot to Go and the doc, because they're so different in terms of like vibes. Like Hot to Go is a music video and the doc is like, inner look, vulnerable artist portrait. But it was really special, I think, because diving headfirst into the doc meant like we just had to get on the same page really fast of like trusting each other and like matching each other's energy, and then being like, okay, we're going to turn on Hot to Go energy. And I have to give her like the deepest props, because it's so hard to go from talking about your duality as an artist and like getting into it and then being like HOTTOGO, like, and she's amazing. Like it's like
her
incredible
version of YMCA.
Yeah, like incredible performer and like such a professional of like, we're on. And Chappell, like the way she says like it's a drag project, like it's so true. Like it's this like performance outlet. But getting to do the doc was cool, because in a way that's how I got to know her. It was like filming this doc behind the scenes of Hot to Go.
But it's interesting. I didn't realize, because like, yeah, I mean, every DP in the world. And so, I mean, not like all the music video ones, at least, you know what I mean? Like you are, you're deeply embedded in the music video community and have known a lot of, and so, and it's also like with a DP that has shot all of her stuff before, it could be a situation where you're there in kind of name only, and so and so how did you kind of weave yourself into that existing or workflow, and and what did you then feel like your role was in the process?
I kind of feel like it's like when you go to like a friend's party, like you're not friends with the host, but you're like, but I really like this friend who invited me. So I'm going to trust that they like the same, same vibes of people. And I think for me, it's like Gia like brought me into the fold, and I have deep trust for her. And she's like, Ryan's shooting it. He shot all of her stuff. And I'm like, love it. Like, if she loves him, I love him. And it's just this like going in with assumed trust and being like, what a cool group of friends and collaborators that now I get to like, I've gotten this invitation to be a part of. So I think I never felt like, oh, how do I like play? I kind of think I was like, they're trusting me to like bring Jackie into this friend group. And I think that made it really fun of just like, oh, I know I have something to offer, whether or not I can articulate it. And it's just like, let's have a good time. And how cool to like be invited into this like existing group of collaborators.
Who choreographed the...
I mean, she did.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like
that's amazing.
I think there's like it is a simple dance. It is like her YMCA. I think Gia pitched to me as her Hoedown Throwdown, Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
And I was like, love it. And I think a huge reference for it was actually, do you know the YouTube video Where in the World is Matt? Where it's this guy dancing.
I don't. What is
just
it?
Dancing
like feet, mainly feet dance.
Yes,
like he's basically
but it's cutting between him and like a ton of locations. Core, like I like when
big YouTube era.
Yeah,
like,
when I was making the deck, I was like references. Where in the world is Matt? And it was just like
perfect reference.
now when you watch the video, you'll be like, oh, this is just Where in the World is Matt, but with Chappell Roan.
Where in the World is Matt is like it's part of a genre video on YouTube. Like kid takes picture of himself every day.
Yeah,
for
it's
10
a very
years,
special genre.
Style of.
Okay.
Oh, what I do have to say too is Chappell Roan has like a clear sense of self, like really strong vision, really like strong identity. And I think when everyone came to me, they're like, she wants to do a hometown video. It features this dance, take that and run with it. And I really was like, love it. And I like watched her other things. And I think her having such a strong sense of self is just like only more helpful to like catering to the video.
Have you been to Missouri before?
No, it was my first time and I loved it.
Do you love the South in general?
I do. I love it.
How do you go to a place that is so much it's her hometown.
Yeah.
She knows it so well. It is so meaningful to her. How do you not feel like this outsider, like noob locations?
Yes, I was like, I heard about the Fork and I really want to shoot there. She was like, how do you know about the Fork? And I was like, I'm online.
Right.
But no, there was a lot of talk, like about a week of chatter like before we flew out, which helped a lot. But I think it's so cool. I mean, even with friends, like going to someone's hometown with the person is like the most special thing. Because it's like you see this portrait of a person that like so rarely we get to see, especially when you meet people in their adult lives. You like don't know them as a hometown person. So I think for me, I just went in with like full excitement, like just like human excitement of like getting to know someone in this really special way. And I'm a sucker for hometown videos. Like it's like, if someone's like, we want to shoot in the artist's hometown, I'm like, yes, like, let's go. It's tricky. It's very different because it's sentimental. There's real people almost always involved. So there's like a human element to it. It's not like a set where you can be like, everyone show up at 8 a.m. and we're going to like roll. But I think it just is such a like human process of like artists are people. We're getting to know where they come from and like how cool to like, I don't know, what a cool way to get to know Missouri. With
totally.
Driving around with
Chappell Roan. Did they do
Roan.
anything special to welcome you? Was there any kind of like, I don't know, did you go out and then like everyone met Jackie? It's like, Jackie, the director's here.
We met a lot of people along the way. I think the fun thing about like when someone's in their hometown is like the pace is just different. And you just kind of have to be like, got it. Like, I think I went in a little bit, like the first few days I was like, we're shooting. But I was like, oh no, like we're human beings. And like, this is her first time seeing her grandparents in a minute. Like, let the girl say hi to like, without before shooting.
Well, were you kind of fly on the wall the whole time she was there? Like,
more or less, yeah. Yeah, I think we spent every day together. I mean, she stayed at home, obviously, but it was really sweet. I mean, we went to Andy's, which is the like custard place featured in the video, bought Andy's for everyone there, and I think a lot of the locations she would be like, oh, I really want to shoot this golf course. This is like the mini golf course I grew up with. I really want to shoot with my grandparents. Like she had a lot of input, which really helped. I think the sillier things that I came in with, which I was like, I kind of like monster truck rally. Like, is there one happening? And she's like, yes, sounds great. So it just has this like nice blend of personal and like regional.
Beyond your Google Map research, you were planning while there in what this video would potentially
and I mean, it was really day by day. Like, I think you know, I think we shot the doc the first day so we could like buy the producers a little bit of time to like drive around asking people if we could shoot there. And it would be like Vero, who's another one of the producers, and Andres would be like, we got Gary's Gay Burrito, which is the like gas station on Route 66. And like, but we only have it like, you know, 2 to 4. And it's like, okay. And I really wanted a queer motorcycle biker. And Chappell Roan, she would be like, you're not going to find that like this fast in Missouri. Like, it's going to be really hard. And we had these queens with us, and they were like, oh, we actually know a guy. It was just like such a community thing where they're like, you're just calling someone like, can you come tomorrow? And they show up. And he like was like, I have to go in like an hour. And like, we just need her on the bike and like get the shot, and then we'll go. So very chaos.
I just want to say the one way to guarantee getting something is telling Vero that you can't get it, because then it's like she's like, gonna like prove it wrong. No, I mean like the strength of the production team on this project. I know
heroic producer team.
All of them too, and so that is like. You know, it feels like the project couldn't have happened without
100%.
No, I'll let you. I have mine. Is this dumb?
I was just gonna ask, like, you know, you've worked on a lot of like real sets, but you've also, you know, you've made a video this way, and like, how do they compare? Do you have a preference?
Oh, that's such a good question. I mean, this is something I'm gonna say that if pulled out of context, Luke knows what I'm gonna say. I think sounds really crazy, but I love America. Like, I love the United States, and I love like going to really specific regions. It's like a big, I don't know, I'm a Sufjan girly also, have to say that. So that like motivates it. But getting to go to like real locations versus like sets, I think scratches the itch of like why I got into filmmaking, which is like meeting people and getting to like portray people and support them and expressing themselves. So I think emotionally, I prefer getting to go to like locations and like this kind of weird chaos of like getting to know a place and the vibe really fast and just being like, got it, like that's the vibe here. But then I think in terms of like it's fun to have a real set too. It's like in terms of like, I don't think I could always do chaos. Like I think the balance is important, and I think with any project for me, I just like hate getting bored. So I can't do all on location. I can't do all sets, but in my heart, I love being on location more.
I think there can be traps in someone from LA, you know, shooting outside of LA, because everything that isn't like the same, you know, there's the 5 lakes and like the 7 intersections that look like this, and it's like only so many options that everything outside of LA can feel novel.
Sure.
And like, you know, you show up to, and it's like everything in Missouri feels sick. Let's shoot everywhere. And, you know, you can very easily like fall into the trap of like, either feeling like a tourism video where like, oh, you got the bridge shot, like, yeah, everybody's like, that's on our stamps or whatever, or just like, yeah, not going deep enough to actually like properly representing the area, and you get such a like LA perspective, you know, it's and she's vibes. So like, the opening scene of the doc is like her talking about the separation from her true self, from her like LA self, you know what I mean? And the way she even describes it, LA is like my work. So much of my work is in LA. She doesn't describe it as like living, you know what I mean? It is such a like specific language that she uses. And so it's like, yeah, I mean, is it, you know, how do you feel like you can settle into a place to help avoid some of those, you know, traps?
I mean, I think especially with like a hometown video, it's just listening to the artist, like trusting them, being like, okay, this is really important to them. So obviously that's what we're going to prioritize versus like a cool shot. Just because it's like, if they're choosing to do a video in their hometown, I think that's already such like a personal choice of like, I want to show people where I'm from. And I think it would just be like a disservice to them too, to be like, oh, I want to show people where I'm from, but here I'm going to have this person who has no idea about any of these spots, like help me show it. So I think with I've gotten to do 2 now, which is really cool. Like, I think both of them, it's just like, okay, tell me your favorite spots, tell me stories. And it happens naturally, right? Like, cause you're in their hometown. I think when anyone goes home, you go, oh my God, like that's where this happened. And I think it's just like listening to that versus being like, okay, they're just talking It's like, that's the important stuff. Like, that's why we're in their hometown.
Okay, when's it my turn to talk? Did you know that there's a big giant fork in Pasadena?
I did. And there's also a giant fork in Oregon that's now apparently the world's largest fork.
Oh, is it new?
But it's by mass. There's like different fork sizes. So Springfield is the world's largest fork by mass, I think. I could be wrong. But there's like different, I guess, categories.
Like height.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Is the one in Pasadena is...
I don't know where that
It
ranks.
may not be the biggest anything.
It's not. It's pretty underwhelming, and it's like in
You've
a very
seen it.
It's in
You've
a very
seen
like
it.
congested.
I haven't seen
It's
it.
in a like an annoyingly congested part of Pasadena, which isn't like super densely populated, but just the design of the road is annoying, and like roads converge in an annoying way, and then they put this fork
It's literally
there
a fork in the
to
road.
be a fork in the
LOL.
road, kind of like wink nod, and it really is just it makes it more
That's
annoying.
super funny.
It makes it more annoying. It's as if someone took a like Times Square and then put a mannequin out there that said, "Isn't it crowded?" or something like that. Like,
Public
yeah, and you
art.
crowded it even more with this fucking mannequin. I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but it's
No, I like.
I guess I don't think I passed that fork recently, and it reminded me of the video, and so that's why I wanted to talk about it here.
I will say something though, which is I don't know if we could do a Chappell Roan video like we did now because of who she is now.
blew
Oh,
up.
right.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Even in Missouri.
Well, in Missouri, actually, when we shot that stuff, she was recognized already. Like a lot of the people who are in the like ice cream scene were just fans that we ran into. Like I think when we got dinner the first night, we got dinner and like the waitress was like, "Sorry, like I'm a huge fan."
Oh, that's amazing.
And then we were like, "Come to the shoot," and that was very intentional because we really wanted to protect her privacy and not for the extras. We didn't want it to be like we're gonna blast. Come, to Andy's to be in the video. It was just like friends and family, and then people we organically ran into who were like, "Oh, I'm a fan."
They're
like,
excited.
yeah, and
But you caught their vibe. So
exactly, yeah, because I think that is like shooting in public is like really scary as an artist, especially when you're like, I think as you know, like Chappell Roan is this like performance, and then she has her private life that I think is very important to protect. But I think that and the super graphic Ultra Modern Girl video, we shot both of those like in public, lots of locations. I don't think we could do that now. Like that's again, like it was a special time, but now I think it'd be a little tricky.
I think the hometown video takes different forms, like when an artist is at a different level.
Yeah.
And that if the hometown video that she would do now, she like goes back to her old school and it is full of kids that are huge. You know what I mean? It has to be more
it's at her high
staged or
school
like,
football field.
Yeah,
That's what it
exactly.
is.
Right. And the lights or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like...
So the other Chappell video I've done is super graphic Ultra Modern Girl.
Right.
And that one we shot in Los Angeles. It was like
After.
Yeah, it was like a day shoot, extreme chaos. But
also in public.
Also in public, and she's in like a full alien girly outfit. Mad props again to her. She's an amazing performer and was very patient, I think, with us just having to get what we needed. But I love that song and I love that video. And I feel like I have deep love for Hot to Go because it was our first thing together. But I also think Super Graphic Ultra Modern Girl is slept on a little bit as both
And
a
isn't
song and a
Hot to
video.
Go like her song? Like, isn't it like one of her?
it's like the main.
It's like
song.
really
the song
yeah.
that she's most
It's
known.
crazy. It's like past. My sister like updates me. She was like, "It passed 3 million views." And I'm like, like it's so insane. I'm gonna make anniversary post.
You absolutely should. When is the anniversary?
Well, I think actually we're a
Did we
year
pass
from when
it?
we shot it.
Like,
now.
we
like
passed it?
today-ish. Yeah, June 2nd.
Oh
2nd is when
wow,
we were in
we're
Missouri.
3 days out. Shout out.
Crazy.
1 year.
Yeah.
So, all right. So there's different parts of your identity, your career, your foundational day job, which is sound design, your
We contain multitudes.
larger creative pursuits, which is directing music videos, and then I feel like equal to that is your pursuit of television game show participation.
Yes.
And so to start, I'd love to start by just how many game shows have you been on ever?
Yeah. Officially 2. Like formally, like if they've been to air.
They've aired.
Which ones are those?
And that is Legends of the Hidden Temple, the CW reboot. I was on with Emma DeBaney, another great director.
That was the team.
Yes, we were the Orange Iguanas. And I maintain that I think our episode was a little rigged, but you can watch it if you want.
Oh my God, it's super rigged. I watched it.
We played really well, though.
I watched it. And
I think I know this, but, well, you tell the story.
Yeah.
But who you were against who?
Well, we were up against
yeah.
two best friends who were on the show as kids. So I was like, as soon as that happened, Emma and I knew we're like, this is a producer's dream. And it was like so beautiful. They met on the show. They live in Orlando. They're best friends. They were each other's best man.
Oh,
like,
wow, yeah.
I was like, okay. And of course, the final Temple games, me and Emma against them. And because it was adult Legends of the Hidden Temple, they did confessionals too, which is like a funny experience. And they were like really framing it as like girls versus boys, newbies versus the veterans. And I was like, this is just good storytelling.
Yeah.
So I kind of had a feeling. And then the Temple games, if you are not aware with the show, they're like 2 games that are filmed. One is filmed time trial style, and then the other happens at the same time. And the time trial, I feel we did ours like perfect, immaculate,
You
like
did.
without a hitch. And then watching them do their time trial, I was like, okay, like I think we have a shot. And then they were like, you guys were 30 seconds behind. And it's just like hard for me to wrap my brain around
You
that.
weren't timing it.
Yeah.
It wasn't up on the screen.
Right. There's
no
way.
objectivity.
And of course it's cut up, right? When you watch the episode, it's cut up. And I know they filmed inserts of us like bungling that didn't happen.
They
So I was
asked you
like-
to make
Bungle.
bungle.
They were like, and then the one where you're like head to head, that's fair. I don't know how you could rig that unless maybe mechanical issues in our slingshot. It was a slingshot challenge, but I won't be a sore loser. I'm very happy for them. And I won a Razor scooter, so I'm happy.
So you get something either way.
Yeah.
Do you use the Razor scooter?
Okay, I cannot lie because Dan will watch this and be like, you freaking liar. You don't use that scooter. It sits in our
We don't have to
garage."
include this. That was a leading question.
Luke knows everything about
Is
it.
it a good one? It's a good scooter.
It's a good
It's
scooter.
really
It's an
nice.
electric scooter. So it's like, and I don't drive in LA. So it's like you put 2 and 2, you're like, girl, get on the scooter. But I don't know what it is. It's kind of scary to me.
No, I actually think it looks
Like-
No, I get it.
scarier
It's
than
really
a bike.
fast.
I'm like,
No, I
yeah,
can.
yeah.
I was. My girlfriend took me to Prices, a taping of the Prices
Oh, yeah,
Right,
fun.
a couple weeks ago. Less fun than I maybe thought. We had a great
Yeah.
time and we leaned into it as best we could. But the hilarious thing is, all of the crew members had that type of scooter.
Oh.
And because I think that, that's just
Yeah,
clearly
it's
like
the
that
gift.
scooter
It's sponsored.
goes to every game show.
Yeah.
Because,
For
like
sure.
that we could see, we saw who the camera operators were. And then as we were walking out, they all zipped by us.
Incredible.
It was fucking
Amazing.
No, we thought like you can't go on The Price is Right passively. Like
Right.
there is
Yeah, because you're in the audience.
and also like everybody does a pass
Yep.
in front of the producer. And they ask you a question.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of prove your worth if you're going to be on
If you have what it
TV.
takes.
Yeah, totally. And I don't think we were quite like. We should have known better. We should have watched some YouTube videos that walk
You have to be
through.
like,
we were way too stoned for that to bring the energy they
Totally.
needed. And
To
then
amp it up.
and then I also thought I probably should have made up a job. Because if you say you're a producer or if you say you're
Yeah.
on anything in
They
entertainment,
hate industry
They
people.
they don't want
No, you
entertainment
should've
people. They don't
lied.
want LA natives.
Yeah.
Because when they asked me where I was from and I said Glendale, they were
Yep.
like, well, where before? And like assuming I
Yeah,
couldn't be
yeah.
from here, which I am not. My girlfriend is though, Jamie. Yeah. I mean, so what is it like? Do you have an ultimate goal and aspiration in your pursuit of television game show?
And it's Jeopardy! ! Luke and I have tested for Pop Culture Jeopardy! Which I would like accept gladly, but I still want to get on the classic
The
game.
classic, the one, yeah.
That's like I love Jeopardy! So much, but I also know I have to work my way in. So I did Legends, and then I did People Puzzler, which I won actually on that. I didn't win grand prize, but I was the finalist. It's like a Wheel of Fortune type show on Game Show Network, hosted by Leah Remini.
Wow.
But like having now done those 2 officially, and then there's one that Dan and I were alternates for that I actually can't say because they hit us with like really intense legalese. and I'm scared. I can tell you offline. But they said we have a shot at coming on next season, so I don't want to jinx that.
Okay, no, don't want to jinx it.
But Jeopardy's the end goal, but then also Project Runway is another goal, which is a fashion competition show hosted by Christian Siriano. Or not hosted, he's the mentor on it. Yeah. And then if it ever comes back, it got canceled. HBO had a streetwear competition show called The Hype. That's like Offset's baby, kind of. He's the EP on it. I would have loved to be on that. It was really good. Really, and I actually think like Project Runway, I'm like not good enough yet, I think, as like a fashion designer to get onto it.
I think that like we should talk about the fact that you're a fashion designer as well.
I mean,
right. It's got to be the intro so that people have the context.
But
we haven't. Right. That was implied in your answer.
I mean, it's extremely fraudulent of me to call myself a fashion designer.
Disagree by like on every level.
Considering Luke wears
I wear a lot of your stuff.
Luke is like my deepest supporter.
We're surrounded by your creations, Jackie.
Thank you, Luke.
And they're well designed. I wore that jacket to a Prada show that I was lucky enough to be invited to.
That was a bit of a brag.
And I didn't really I didn't mean to say it like that because like
to a Prada show that I go to.
The thing is I got invited to this crazy Prada party and I'm like, what do I wear to Prada? And so I got to wear the Jackie jacket because it's like this is something that's unique. It's a one of one in the fashion world. Everybody's always flexing. There's a lot of cool guys doing this, and I'm like, I'm gonna wear something that nobody will know. Mm-hmm. Nobody will be able to identify this thing, and everyone's gonna be like, "That's so cool," and that's exactly what happened. Several people were like, "What is this jacket?" And I was like, "This is Jackie. This is a one of one. You're gonna have to look up your."
Did you tell them you shared her Instagram?
Yes. No. Jackie's Tailor Shop.
My branding's bad though. That's
branding's overrated.
Branding's overrated. We're gonna get you there.
Yeah, Jackie's Tailor Shop to find my sewing creations. Year of the Dog is my streetwear line.
We're gonna switch to Instagram's favorite part of this podcast, which is the game portion. We're going to start with, I don't know what these games are called, but there's a percentage game. Mm-hmm. You're familiar with the kind of general percentage games that the internet plays. Luke, do you know how this game works? I'm thinking of a music video.
Yep.
You each are going to guess videos, and I'm going to give you a percentage of how close you are.
Okay.
Hold on. I have my video.
Okay. Britney Spears, Toxic.
I see why 30% is an easy to go to number.
Yeah, because you're like,
yeah.
Tegan and Sarah Walking with the Ghost.
10%.
Okay.
Ooh. Yes, and Ariana Grande.
Also 10%.
Oh, interesting.
Muse, Knights of Sidonia.
50%.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm just.
No, it's good.
That's such an interesting twist.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters. Is it Everlong? Mm-hmm. Is that Everlong?
Mm-hmm. 75%.
Oh my god! 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 We're so close.
The Spike Jones Fat Boy Slim. That one. What's it called? The
Right Here, Right Now.
No, the dancey one with Christopher Walken. I forget the name. Why am I forgetting the name?
I feel like you got it because Doug's giving you
I'm like dying for you to say the name of this.
You just want me to say, oh man, come on, I'm just on the spot. I have to say it.
It's 100%.
Okay, I got it. I got that one.
Wait,
but it's called Weapons of Choice.
It's Weapons of Choice. Because I knew it wasn't.
Oh my god.
Hold on. We're
I
on
knew
a
it
roll
wasn't
here.
Praise You, but like
it wasn't Praise You.
I wanted to say Praise You, but I'm like, it's not Praise You. I just forgot the name.
Okay.
Wow, that was.
We have unlocked okay, let's play this game again. Hold on. Let me get another video in my head. Okay, I got one.
Okay. Chibo Mato, Sugar Water.
Ooh.
15%.
Okay.
Taylor Swift, Bad Blood.
23%.
U2, Beautiful Day.
8%.
Okay, closer with Taylor Swift.
Closer with T Swift, but like.
Not that much, yeah. I think we still need to throw darts.
Yeah, we definitely need to still throw some darts here. Let's go with Kendrick Lamar, Humble.
55%.
Oh, okay. All right.
Pyramids, Frank Ocean.
80%.
This is so fun when we get close.
Oh, Yonkers, Tyler the Creator.
100%.
Teamwork.
Okay. I also think that it's helping that I'm giving you low-hanging fruit. But no.
I mean,
I do think that I am putting
These are very music videos.
Yeah,
They are.
I feel bad about my
Okay.
picks.
Hold on.
No,
Let me think. Okay. Got it.
I'll go. I guess let's go with White Ferrari, Frank Ocean.
15%.
15. Okay.
Maybe 20.
20. Okay.
I Write Sins, Not Tragedies, Panic at the Disco.
25%.
Oh, interesting.
It's movement.
Yeah, movement, but in what direction?
Paramore Riot.
Ooh.
30%.
The Nick Roney's Lemon Twigs video.
Nice.
40.
Okay. Waju, if you wanna.
Directed by Dan Carr.
Directed by Dan Carr.
I'm gonna say 25.
Okay.
Okay, Closer with Lemon Twigs.
Closer with Lemon Twigs.
Nick Roney's Watsky video.
25.
Closer with Lemon Twigs.
Closer with Lemon Twigs.
I feel like it's a genre, but it's
yeah.
only 35, so like we shouldn't go crazy here. Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For?
50%.
Okay.
Maybe more contemporary.
Yeah. 50%'s good. Once we hit 50, I feel like we can get it.
We've gotten pretty good.
It. Yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo, Get Him Back.
50%.
Tie.
50 as
Full
well.
Full tie. Okay, so I don't know how contemporary and how pop it is if we're at 50. I think maybe...
We need to try another angle.
Let's go... Childish Gambino, 3005.
40%.
Oh.
Okay.
Rihanna, Disturbia.
Like 45%.
Oh, what?
But we weren't... Charlie XCX, Vroom Vroom.
75%.
Okay, now we're talking.
Okay, Grimes, Oblivion.
100%.
Yes!
Yeah! That's sick!
We know music videos!
This game is very sick.
We got it.
I think we cracked this game a little bit.
I was like deciding between Genesis
I'm
and
trying not
Oblivion.
to give it away like with
When
anything
we're
but the
close,
numbers.
yeah.
Like only letting the numbers like
Yeah.
keep a poker face.
No,
Yeah.
we were because we knew it was a girly.
Yeah.
And it was just getting in the right girly
Yeah.
direction.
But
Yeah.
I think I was like giving you the right
The
song.
number,
No, you
the
were.
numbers too were
You
really
were.
helpful.
Yeah.
The jump from like 50 to 75 is
Yeah.
super
Yeah,
intense.
it's like,
right. Because
wow.
like, yeah, that's what you
Yeah.
got to the right zone.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
We're really good at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fun.
Okay,
That's
all right,
super
all right.
good.
Let me try to. We'll do one more of this game. Got it.
Okay.
Okay, hit you with Gangnam Style, Psy.
Nice.
Oh, 50%.
Off the bat.
Whoa, mama.
Off the bat. Despacito.
I'm gonna say like 55%.
Okay.
I'm thinking viral. It's like
Yeah.
one of the hot ones.
At 55, I feel like it's probably viral, but at the same, I don't know if we can use that as our main criteria.
I mean, only because you guys have talked about this on this show. Axel F, Crazy Frog.
Oh.
I mean, also 55.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out some genres here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out
Go
a
for it.
percentage. Taylor Swift's style.
I would say 40.
Interesting.
Okay.
Vampire Weekend, A-Punk.
35.
Okay. I think it's like popular for sure, but that's true. It's only 50.
Maybe like an OK Go.
That just brought so much joy. Like thinking about that.
I'm forgetting every OK Go song. Yeah, let's go with Here It Goes again.
40.
Okay.
Cellophane, FKA Twigs.
15.
Oh,
So let's go with like a Katy Perry roar.
65.
Okay.
we're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there.
Christina Aguilera, Dirty.
Like 40.
Interesting.
J-Lo, This Is Me Now.
30.
Well, let's just do Turn Down for What?
40.
Because I feel like Katy Perry busted us out of that.
Owl City Fireflies.
I would also call that one 60.
Okay.
Natasha Bedingfield, These Words Are My Own.
40.
Okay.
Katy Perry Firework.
60.
Okay, so roar is closer. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah, there's rationale to that.
I think the virality is probably a factor.
Ariana
there. I think roar has more
Grande,
than-
Seven Rings. Seven Things? Seven Rings.
Seven Rings.
45.
Natalie Imbruglia. Torn.
Ooh. Really good.
40.
Okay.
This Is America, Childish Gambino.
45.
What the F?
Let's go with the Sabrina Carpenter. Let's go with no, fine. I'll stick with it. Sabrina Carpenter, Feather again.
25%.
So it's not more recent. I think going back was better. I think that like 2007 era is really good.
What the actual F?
You guys came out so hot.
I know. What the
Well, we didn't. We didn't.
Well, we were like stuck
You're
at 50.
starting in the 60s.
Yes, with Gangnam Style,
Despacito,
Despacito. Fireflies took us up. Roar took us up.
We've been getting distracted. I think let's stick to the virality. All of our close ones had like
Maroon 5, I Think I Want to Marry You. I don't know if that's the song name, but you know the one I'm talking about.
You just need to give us a number.
It's got a name.
Wait, what has the name of the song?
That song. Maroon 5. Is it Maroon 5 Sugar?
100%.
That's what I was avoiding.
Okay, last game. We're going to play
Good
one
as it
other
gets.
game. I'm going to bring this computer in to help me run this game. Okay. You guys are going to blind rank these Hiro Murai music videos.
Ready.
Okay? So I'm going to give you these Hiro Murai music videos. You're going to try to put them
How many total?
in a 1 to 5.
1 to
So
5.
there's 5. Put them in a 1 to 5. Be aware of his body of work, you know, and just make sure you're leaving room in the right places if you feel like you need to. And so we are going to start with Flying Lotus featuring Kendrick Lamar, Never Catch Me.
Such a good video. An iconic video.
Crazy.
It's a bit of an impossible game.
I want to go.
There's 5 total.
I want to go like 2, I think, or 2 or 3, because like I think.
What are you holding out for?
I don't even know.
I'm holding out for, I think, Sad Day, if that happens.
Yeah.
Let's say
that's
2.
Unique.
Okay, you're locked in at 2.
Or I want to lock it in at 2.
Okay,
Oh my God.
Next video. Massive Attack, Take It There.
So I'm going to put this a bit lower.
I want to rewatch this one, but because I haven't been thinking about it, I'm going to say 5.
I am agreeing.
Do you know what I mean?
I think because it's like not top of mind for me.
We love you, Hero.
No, I mean, something's got to be 5. Okay,
Yeah.
Next video. Chet Faker Gold.
Oh my God.
It's
I have core memories of this GIF, like this being gift setted on
I
Tumblr.
love this video so much.
Where did you guys put Flying Lotus?
Number
2, which I actually like. I kind of I want to
I would
stand
feel
by.
Yeah, you
comfortable.
have to stand by
I
it.
would
That's
feel
what a
comfortable
blind
putting
rate.
this as 3 though.
I feel good. Yeah, hardcore. I'm down to put this at 3.
Because I'm still holding out.
Chet
number
Faker
1.
Gold is 3.
Yeah.
Yes. I have very visceral memories
Okay.
of this on
Oh
Tumblr.
my god, I watched it a lot.
GIFs, GIF galleries, so mesmerizing.
Yeah.
The Frey Heartless.
I
For-
watched this one a lot because it was on TV a lot.
The head drawing one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go
If that's
4
that's the one we're thinking
because
of, right?
like we have 2, 3, and 5 already.
So
So
you're all keeping your number 1 spot open.
I mean, I guess like
in the hopes that one of
the next.
some.
I'm hoping the
Right.
next one is like the one I think is number 1.
Right,
Like,
right.
you know.
Okay, so Heartless. Where did this go?
4.
4.
I go
Okay,
4. Yeah.
Okay, and the last video. This is American Childish Gambino.
I mean,
Well,
I think that's
I'm
appropriate.
happy with that being.
I don't think
number
I don't
one.
think there's anything wrong with your list. I think
Yes.
your personal taste maybe didn't put it there.
I actually feel like we did
No, you
the
should
best
be-
job we could have.
you should
I'm
be
gonna
satisfied.
rewatch the Massive Attack video though because I feel
No, you put it
I
in
feel
the
like I
right.
couldn't conjure it.
You put it in the right place.
Yeah.